also think that you should
Come on,
be in
let's go
fucking
round of
jail.
applause.
I also think you
Hey,
should be in
calm down.
jail.
No, why? Why should I be in
You
jail?
have normalised rape.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you
Who
have,
thinks
and you
rape
used a
is
racial
normal? Who
slur
thinks
and
rape
refused
is
to
normal?
apologise for it. A racial
I'm
slur
not
which is
gonna
rooted in
apologise.
slavery.
I'm not going to apologise for being naughty to
You-
Nazis. To hell with them. Why are you defending them?
You're a joke.
Why were you defending
You are
the Nazis?
absolutely a...
Now that is shocking news. According to Sargon of Akkad, Member of British Parliament Jess Phillips is a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Wow.
joke.
I
You
was
are
insulting
supporting Nazis.
Nazis.
The UKIP party has close relationships with the far right.
No, they don't.
Yes,
They're
they
the only
do.
party in the country that prevent the far right from...
Oh no, wait a minute. I stand corrected. It is actually Sargon of Akkad and UKIP who are members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Here is a poster from the website Chosenite Facts, and it reads, quote, "When Muslims tell you it's only a small percentage of Muslims that are extremist, just remember that only 7% to 10% of Germans were Nazis, and look how that turned out," unquote. Oh no, I guess Chosenite Facts felt the need to warn us that Muslims will behave the same way as do members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. But wait a minute. This video by the East London Mosque and London Muslim Centre is entitled, quote, "Neo-Nazi Group Britain First Invade East London Mosque," unquote. So apparently it is actually the ones who hate Muslims who are the true members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Got it.
Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. And Haj Amin al-Husseini went to Hitler and said, "If you expel them, they'll all come here. So what should I do with them?" He asked. He said, "Burn them."
Oh no, I got it wrong again. That was Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu informing us that Hitler only wanted to expel the non-Gentiles, but an influential Muslim leader convinced Hitler to kill them instead. So now it again looks like maybe it is the Muslims who are the true members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Let's turn our attention to Sweden now, where vandals have broken into a Stockholm mosque, spray painting Nazi swastikas and messages of hate against Muslims on its walls.
This is not acceptable. It is not okay to attack a place of worship. We are completely...
In the video here, you can see the result of a similar incident in 2014 in which the swastika symbol was spray painted over the doors of the central mosque. It wasn't the first time either that particular building was vandalized.
Oh no, wait. That video by RT was telling us that National Socialist German Workers' Party members hate Muslims so much that they desecrated this mosque in Sweden with swastikas and anti-Muslim slogans. It must be the Muslim haters who are the true members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Got it. Oh no, Ukrainian nationalists who were protesting Vladimir Putin's occupation of the Crimea with Russian troops have warned us about Putin being a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Their posters read, "Hands off Ukraine, Putler," and "Don't let Putler invade Ukraine," and "On Heil, Putin." But wait, look at this RT article entitled, "Putin, Nazi Virus Vaccine, Losing Effect in Europe." The article reads, "The coup d'etat in Ukraine is a worrying example of growing neo-Nazi tendencies in Eastern Europe," Russian President Vladimir Putin told a Serbian newspaper. He stressed that open manifestations of neo-Nazism are also commonplace. Putin went on to say, "Regrettably, in some European countries, the Nazi virus vaccine created at the Nuremberg Tribunal is losing its effect. This is clearly demonstrated by open manifestations of neo-Nazism that have already become commonplace in Latvia and other Baltic states. The situation in Ukraine, where nationalists and other radical groups provoked an anti-constitutional coup d'etat in February, causes particular concern in this respect," unquote. So according to Putin, it is actually Ukrainian nationalists who are blocking him from occupying Crimea, who are the real members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Here is Alex Jones warning us at his InfoWars site that Germany is going to censor his InfoWars channel as well as censor other entities in the media in an upcoming National Socialist German Workers' Party style purge. Alex also warns us that the mainstream media is using National Socialist German Workers' Party style censorship to trigger violence, and that we shouldn't take the bait. But hold on a minute. CNN has recently reported that YouTube will specifically ban accounts which promote the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Here is CBC reporting that YouTube is moving to ban videos made by members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Now, here is NBC News asking readers whether the First Amendment is too broad, while suggesting that it might be time to stop defending the free speech of members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Well, I am not confused at all now. Everything's crystal clear. Oh no, just when I thought I had it all figured out, here is Brian from High Impact Flicks warning his over 500,000 subscribers that, historically, censorship begins with burning books and ends with burning bodies.
I mean that. It's more than a cliche, because a lot of people don't know how to handle their freedom. If freedom is anything, it's the ability to say things that offend people.
So Brian seems to be worried that it will be the National Socialist German Workers' Party who will actually be doing the censoring of free speech. Got it.
With the truly frightening historical iconography that you cannot deny in these parallels of this youth march. Authoritarianism is always about youth marches. Here we go.
Meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dass ich gearbeitet habe, Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit, du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Höre mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingesetzt bin.
Also show the sign saying ban the guns. And I want to be clear. I'm saying the ideology of the left that's identity-based is how the Nazis were based. And I'm saying their move to only allow select groups to have weapons is a Nazi-based system or an authoritarian-based system. And
you just played a video with Hitler giving a speech over David Hogg giving a speech, and you spliced in video of the Nazis with the March for Our Lives video. And then you go, and now I'm not comparing them to Nazis, but what I'm saying is the ideology of the left, it's like Nazis. So that would mean you're comparing them to Nazis. Does this...
That was Alex Jones warning us that the National Socialist German Workers' Party wants to take guns away from law-abiding citizens.
But I've got... Says Parkland school shooting survivor. Oh yeah, oh you're gonna get your revolution, bud. You're going to get your Nazi-style revolution. That's what you want. You're the Nazis. You're the brown shirts. You're the Marlboro. You don't think for one second that these anti-gun liberals would gladly burn every NRA member to death, just like the Nazis did to the Jews? That's their hatred. Because I've got radical liberals in this country that would gladly burn me to death in a gas chamber. And that's why they go out on the streets, march against guns, and just like Hitler, then they stage events and then say, we have to take the guns. Literally the Nazi playbook. I mean, literally play for play right out of the Nazi playbook.
That was Owen Schroyer from Alex Jones's InfoWars, warning us that the gun control advocates are the true members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
He has attacked George Soros over and over again. He attacked Michael Wolff, who wrote the book about Donald Trump. They both happen to be Jewish. I don't know if you know that Soros survived the Holocaust. So Alex Jones is the worst guy on earth. Anyway, but in his midst of his lunatic attacks against Americans of Jewish descent, Fascism 101, Nazi 101, he promises his Heavenly Father that he's going to rout out the enemy. I've seen this movie before, except the guy had a little mustache right here when he was saying it. So just in case he hadn't finished a complete list of anti-Semitic tropes, Brokeback, as a reference to them leading a deviant lifestyle. Again, exactly what the Germans said back in the 1930s. But if you did a Hitler speech and that speech, are you sure Hitler's was worse? Just speeches.
Whoa. Thank God the Young Turks were there to inform us that it is actually Alex Jones who is a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. It is Alex who is the real anti-Semite. But wait, here is Alex Jones warning us that the royal family are members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Damn. Here is Alex Jones warning us that the European Union are members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Holy shit. Here is Alex Jones warning us that the United Nations are members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Well, that clears things up again, I guess.
Milo Yiannopoulos is still around, and apparently he went to a bar in Manhattan hoping to have a nice little drink. But little did he know that the New York chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America were there. Awesome. And
Nazi scum, get out! 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 Nazi scum, get out!
Bye!
Did you see how that angry mob shouted National Socialist German Workers' Party member Milo Yiannopoulos out of that bar in New York? These National Socialist German Workers' Party members are everywhere. Even homosexual, non-Gentile Milo, who married his black boyfriend, is allegedly a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. What's next? Oh, look. This video is called Nigel Farage Destroyed Loud Feminazi. Then there is a video called Feminazi Cringe Compilation Part 1. Then we have a video called Feminazis. Then there's this Men Going Their Own Way video, MGTOW, entitled Your Enforcers Are Literal Nazis, MGTOW, unquote. Here is a video called Feminism, Man Arrested for Being Nice to a Woman. She alleges stalking. And another video called False Rape Allegations. 2 men lose their lives from false allegations. You can see these last 2 videos mix the symbol of the National Socialist German Workers' Party symbol with the symbol for a female. Wow, I guess feminists who have an extra strong hatred for men and masculinity are members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. But wait, right when I thought I had it all figured out again, here's an article from Mediaite entitled Weeping Neo-Nazi Chris Cantwell reportedly started out as a men's rights activist. Here's another article from Salon entitled Weeping Nazi started off as a men's rights activist, which is no huge surprise, unquote. This article from The Cut is called Men's Rights Activism is the Gateway Drug for the Alt-Right. It reads, in other words, if you can convince yourself that men are the primary victims of sexism, it's not hard to convince yourself that whites are the primary victims of racism. Neo-Nazis rail endlessly about the danger of Western civilization, always defined as inherently white, being overrun with brown and black people, and speak of the need to physically remove, that is, exile or simply murder, the non-white interlopers. Despite their violent fantasies, they see themselves as the victims, engaging in violence only to defend themselves and their race from destruction. The men's rights movement indulges in similar fantasies. Both men's rights activists and alt-righters are so adept at playing the victim that both groups have convinced themselves that they are oppressed by the mere presence of women in male spaces, in the case of MRAs, and non-white people in white countries, in the case of alt-rightists, unquote. So I guess it is actually the anti-feminists who are members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, as opposed to the feminazis. Oh dear, look at Rance Derrick's video entitled Canada's Minister of Lies, Catherine Climate Barbie McKenna. The thumbnail for his video depicts Canada's Minister of Environment wearing a National Socialist German Workers' Party uniform while doing a National Socialist German Workers' Party salute. Well, I guess that telling lies to spread the mainstream global warming narrative makes you a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Continuing with this global warming theme, here is an article from Haaretz entitled, Trump advisor once compared carbon dioxide to Jewish victims of the Nazis. A senior advisor to U.S. President Donald Trump once said that Jews who were murdered by the Nazis during World War II can be compared to carbon dioxide, a gas that scientists agree causes global warming. The Daily Mail put it this way: Trump moves to defang global warming science with climate review panel led by Princeton physicist who believes the demonization of carbon dioxide is like the poor Chosenites under Hitler, unquote. So Trump might also feel like those who try to force the official global warming narrative on us are like members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, which would mean he is against the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Oh no, wait a minute. The Young Turks are informing us that Donald Trump is spreading National Socialist German Workers' Party propaganda and that Trump actually encouraged National Socialist German Workers' Party members with his Charlottesville response, at least according to the Young Turks' YouTube videos. And wait a minute, it's even worse than I thought. Thanks, the Young Turks, for letting us know that the entire Republican Party are actually embracing members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's a good day for the country when an ex-Nazi gets deported. And it is sad that there are so many prior administrations that failed to do the job. President Trump is very bad at being a Nazi, I think. You know, there's so many folks on the left who keep accusing him of Hitlerian tactics, and he's just like a Nazi. He just deported one, the last remaining one that we know of inside the United States. And
oh, no, I'm wrong again. Non-Gentile Ben Shapiro just told us that Donald Trump has recently deported a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party from the United States. Trump and the Republicans must be strongly opposed to the National Socialist German Workers' Party. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Tweeting, quote, Ben Shapiro is the Jew who helps other Jews onto the train. Now, Topolsky.
I mean, I've been called worse by better, so, you know, that's just the way things go, I guess, these days.
Saying that someone who is an observant Jew is helping put other Jews on the train, meaning, but coming from him, who I believe is Jewish, does that have any special significance to you? Is it kind of a self-loathing deal? What is it?
I mean, not particularly. I mean, I assume he's calling me a Nazi, but he wouldn't be the only one. The way that the left works these days is that anyone who disagrees with them is a Nazi. So it really isn't a giant surprise.
Oh no. In spite of the fact that we just watched Ben Shapiro celebrate Donald Trump's deporting of a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, now the non-Gentile co-founder of The Verge, Joshua Topolsky, is informing us that Ben Shapiro should actually be likened to those who helped members of the National Socialist German Workers' Party achieve their goals. Perhaps we finally have it all straightened out, guys. Finally, here is RT's video warning us that English Defence League members are using National Socialist German Workers' Party salutes as they march through Newcastle, England. This confuses me even more because at the time of the video, the English Defence League was led by Zionist and avid Chosenite supporter Tommy Robinson. I guess we will just have to accept that the National Socialist German Workers' Party is controlling everything today, behind the scenes. Idiots, 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 idiots.